Everyone, welcome to our next tip for first-time cruisers. If it's your first time checking out this series, we're doing a series of tips and tricks for someone who is planning their first cruise. Or if you've been on a lot of cruises, maybe it's a good refresher of certain things that you might miss, or maybe some information that you didn't know off the top of your head. So it's always good for a little refresher. So come with us as we dig into part 3 of this series. And today we're going to talk all about picking the right cruise line and the right cruise ship for your first cruise. Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is John from Bite Size Cruises. If it is your first time checking us out, we're a travel agency. Our goal here on YouTube is to give you the best information possible about cruising so that you can plan and go on an amazing cruise vacation, especially your first cruise vacation, so that you fall in love with cruising like we did and you get to do it over and over and over again. I've been on almost 70 cruises and I just love it more and more all the time. I go on just about a cruise every month, and I think it's really important to pick the right line and the right ship for you. I recently had an experience on a cruise line that I've cruised with previously and had a great time, and on this particular ship and this particular sailing I had a really bad experience, and we talked to a bunch of people who it was their first cruise and they said they would never go on a cruise again after their experience, which is really sad to me because I know how wonderful cruising can be. So today we're going to talk all about picking the right line and the right ship. So first, let's dig into doing a quick rundown of the different cruise categories. We have about, I would say, let's go with 4 categories, probably 3 or 4. First one's going to be mass market. Those are going to be your biggest cruise lines that kind of appeal to, as it states, mass market, a large audience. We have that one. That is going to be your Royal Caribbean, Norwegian Cruise Line, MSC, and of course, Carnival. So these are great for families, people looking for a lively atmosphere, environment, lots of things to do. We're going to get into each one of those in a little bit. Next up, you have, I would say, like slightly premium, which is going to be your Celebrity, Princess, Holland America, Virgin, and maybe Cunard. Cunard could possibly go up a little bit as well. These are ideal for people who want a little bit more luxury and a little more refined service without really breaking the bank. These are also going to, as we go into these higher categories, they're also going to skew up in age demographic as well. So next up, we have a small kind of traditional cruise experience where you may not have as much going on board, but you might have some trivia, some dance classes, maybe some lectures. These are going to be maybe Oceania, Azamara, maybe even Viking Ocean Line. These are perfect for travelers who prefer an intimate and traditional cruising experience. These are going to be smaller ships. So this is more focused on traditional cruising where the destination is the goal, where you're getting to these beautiful places and you're going to experience those destinations. And last but not least, we have luxury. That's going to be your Seabourn, Silver Sea, Regent Seven Seas. These are the ultimate in luxury and personalized service. These are obviously going to skew up in age a little bit and for the mega wealthy, but these are really nice experiences. They're typically going to be suites only at that level and maybe just a few hundred people on board. Your staff to kind of guests is going to be like 1-to-1, 2-to-1 staff to guest instead of what it normally is, where it's like 1-to-3, 1-to-4. So let's get into each of these categories and then we'll talk about particular ships. Now remember, when we start with mass market, there's a lot of variety in mass market. You have some small ships, some medium-sized ships, and some mega ships. And even the small ships on the mass market line are bigger than most of the luxury ships anyway. So let's start with Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean, very family-oriented cruise line, great kids clubs, great amenities on board the ship. So you're going to have lots of dining, lots of fun things to do, lots of shows, lots of an aqua theater. You're going to have ice skating shows. You're going to be able to go ice skating, bumper cars, a surf simulator, a skydiving simulator, all kinds of these crazy things, multiple pools on different areas, a solarium for adults. You're going to run into all of those things on Royal Caribbean. Next up, you have Carnival, which is obviously the fun ship. Carnival has gotten a little bit of a bad rep for being a party cruise line, but they are a party cruise line. So if you want to go and have a great party at sea, Carnival's going to be the best fit for you, but they do have a great kids program. They are great for families, kind of. It depends what ships you go on. Again, we'll talk about it. Longer cruises are better. So great food on board Carnival, lots of food options, especially food options that are included in your cruise fare. And again, lots of fun things to do on board the ships, like ropes courses, mini golf, arcades, dining, specialty shows, dining, all of those fun things. Norwegian Cruise Line, I feel, is going to skew a little more adult. So really good for couples and still families. You still have a really robust kids club program, but they do skew maybe a tiny bit older than Royal and Carnival. But you're going to get your specialty dining, your Broadway shows, your go-karts, they have an aqua coaster coming on one of their ships. Lots of great fun things to do on those ships as well. And then of course you have MSC, which is really kind of making waves in North America now. Again, very family oriented, more international oriented. So you're going to see a lot more of an eclectic crowd on board of MSC. But again, really, really good robust kids program and lots of fun attractions and things to do on board the ship. All of these are going to be family first, but there are a lot of small, older ships, especially when you talk about Royal, even Carnival to a lesser extent, and MSC and Norwegian, where you can go on longer trips where it's going to be less kids, less family. And of course, it depends where you're going. If you're going to Alaska, it's going to be a little more adult heavy. If you're going to Iceland, definitely more adult heavy. Europe, a little more adult heavy. Caribbean's going to be a lot of kids. Bahamas, lots of kids. So just things to keep in mind when you're looking at each one of those mass market cruise lines. And then you have to look at each of those ships and see which of them has the right amenities for you. Go online, check them out. Talk to a travel advisor. They're going to give you great advice on which ships they think are great for your demographic. On the premium lines, these are going to, when we talk about Celebrity, Princess, Holland American, Virgin, Cunard, it's going to be adults. Virgin is adults only, 21 or up. Holland American and Cunard have a very kind of formal-ish traditional cruising experience, both owned by Carnival. So is Princess. Princess is a little bit of a nicer luxury brand than Carnival. I do still see some families on Princess, less than on Carnival, obviously, and same with Celebrity. Some kids, not a ton. There's not a ton of things for kids to do on board those ships. It's really focused on dining, a little more of a nice, higher refined service level, more people dressed up a little bit than you would see on the mass market cruise lines. On the small traditional lines, these are people that love to go away, go to great destinations, relax, recharge, go see some amazing things like Antarctica, and go to Iceland and Alaska and do all these fun things. Again, you're not going to see a ton of kids on these cruises, and if you do, there's nothing for them to do. There's not a lot for them to do there. And then luxury, same thing. It's going to be suites only. It's going to be your older crowd that has a little more disposable income. So again, they're going to be more focused on culture, food, wine, dancing, those things, and lectures, people coming in and talking about different things. So there you go. That's a quick little snippet at each of these. We could go down a big rabbit hole for each of these cruise lines, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a kind of capsule so you can kind of figure out what each of these are about. Again, if you have any questions at all, please reach out to us at jp@bitesizecruises.com. Comment below. Hit us up on social media. We are Bite Size Cruises everywhere. And let us know if you have questions. If I missed anything for the seasoned cruisers, please comment below. We really appreciate it. If you did find this helpful or useful at all, we would love for you to like and subscribe to our channel. We put out a brand new video about cruising every single day. We do a live stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we do a cruise news live every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to us. Again, once we're done this series, we'll put them all together into one huge video that you could check out, but I wanted to do them in segments so you didn't get stuck watching an hour-long video if you just had a question about something in particular. So there you have it. Today we talked all about what cruise line, what cruise ship could be the best one for you. Thanks so much. Happy cruising, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.